You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys, we got a major problem here, guys. We have a major problem when it comes to this transgender story. Now, at least when it came to UPenn told the girls, hey, this Leah Thomas person, used to be a guy swam on the men's swim team. So they were up front, even though what they actually did was wrong. And they allowed a male to invade the female spaces. But the women were told. But in this case, guys, USA Cycling, they got a major problem now. Women are furious because they just competed against a male, identifying as a woman, and they were not told. Yeah, they weren't told. And newsflash, they got beat. They got beat by the man. Shocker, right? Absolutely a shocker, right? The man beat the women. I'm astonished by this, man. USA Cycling. What do you actually have to say about this? You deceived these women. They didn't know. And when it came to the podium, guys, actually the woman that finished second to the man actually refused to get on the podium. These women, man, are pissed off, and I don't blame them. I really don't blame them, guys. Let's go ahead and get into this clip. And you guys are going to see the reaction here because one of the cyclists did an interview with Fox News. Let's do it. Right over here. It was hidden from us. Female cyclists accused USA Cycling of deception over trans competitor. Wow. A group of female cyclists is now alleging that USA Cycling engaged in deception and tried to hide the real gender of a transgender competitor who won a women's championship race in Wisconsin. Trans athlete Kate Phillips dominated the field of female competitors at the Lions Masters National Championships in Wisconsin on Tuesday, prompting some of the women to refuse to stand on the winner's podium alongside Phillips after the race. Veteran cyclist Julie Peterson blasted Phillips, who was born James Phillips, for taking part in the race and told Fox News, quote, "You could clearly see the power that he had. If I had known, I wouldn't have spent thousands of dollars on travel and time off work to come and do a race. I said, I don't want to race against a man." And they quickly scolded me and said, "Oh, you can't call him a man," despite him actually being a man. Wow. And I'm like, well, he is a man. So I was quickly scolded and corrected that it is a woman. And I don't even know what to say. I can't believe that, man. This is crazy. Now, I believe this clip we're going to watch is actually with Debbie Milne. And she goes into more detail here. And this is just crazy. And by the way, this is the man right here. This is the man going by the name of Kate Phillips. And when women complain, USA Cycling told them, no, you can't call him a man, despite him actually being a man. I think there needs to be an investigation into USA Cycling. But let's go ahead and watch this clip here, guys. Here we go.
You drove, 400 miles from Greenville, South Carolina to Wisconsin to participate. You spent hundreds of dollars to go to this. And you looked up all of the people you were competing against, at least the top ones, just to find out what your chances were and decided to go. So what happened?
Well, yes, I did just that. All of the athletes were look up the list of registrations, and then we can understand who's participating, look up their strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah, so they want the game plan. Makes sense. But let's continue on.
And Catherine Phillips, KJ, name was not on that list. And I checked it up all the way to the point of closure when we couldn't register online anymore. And they said there would be no more registrations allowed after that. So it was hidden from us. The other athletes like Julie, my friend who placed second, agreed that they did not see Catherine Phillips' name. So basically we came to compete. We found out after the race, that's when we found out that there had been another competitor we thought just added. But Julie spoke with one of the officials who confirmed that Catherine Phillips had been registered since, I want to say, June 16th.
And they just didn't put Catherine's name on the roster?
Yes, my friend Julie actually had a visual on the computer screen that indicated and confirmed those dates. Yes.
So what was their reason for that? If they closed the date from signing up, all of the names should be listed. Why wasn't KJ's listed?
I can't answer to that. I think if the argument that all things are fair or equal, I don't understand, because if I don't agree that it's fair, to raise a biological male, which now the UCI, or international or world governing body of cycling, governing body for the sport of cycling, had confirmed that it is not fair, but USA Cycling monitors or governs our female, everything that is an elite, 17 to 18 or U23, they govern all the other female national champions.
I can tell you exactly why that name wasn't listed. Because they didn't want you women to do any investigating at all. Because they know that you women were going to find out that this was a man, and then there would be backlash. So they hid it from you. Despicable.
Championships, and they have not come in line with this new evidence and this new decision by our world governing body. But I've learned since then, there is a policy, and I don't know if the policy includes hiding the names, but that has not been made. There's not been transparency there. I could have not been on.
Debbie, I know that your friend, Julie Peterson, she came in second, and you did talk to her after the race. She chose to boycott the podium. Tell us about that conversation with her.
Well, it was difficult. She's a class athlete. We respect our sport. I love my sport. I love USA Cycling. I've been racing for 25 years. She's about the same for her. And we respect podiums. It's really tough to do something that significant. It's disrespect. It would be, let's say, it's to honor our participants. So I think in that regard, she felt that there had not been transparency, that we, were given the choice to either compete or not. And because of that, she said, in this case, in the only case, and I said, this, if I was in second, I would have boycotted with her, and I never do things like that. But just because of the deception that was involved in us not having a choice to come or not, under those conditions,
Well, Debbie, please keep us posted on how they handle this going forward. I know that you have so many titles. You're an elite national title. You have an elite national title, a world masters title, 27 times masters national champion. You're a registered dietitian, and you say that biological men have an advantage. We did reach out to the U.S. Cycling for comment, but we didn't hear back. Debbie, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, of course, USA Cycling was not going to comment. This is shameful, folks. They allowed this man to dominate the women. I cannot blame Miss Peterson for not wanting to get on that podium, and she didn't do it. She did not want to race against a man. They lied to these women. They lied to these women. This is crazy. I believe Peterson would have been right here on the podium, because you notice that nobody's standing right there on next to the man. It's the other woman next to him. Now, these other women, I don't know why they actually on the podium. They shouldn't be on the podium. You guys were lied to. You were lied to. And it was definitely, I believe, 3 women. 3 female cyclists contacted the Independent Council on Women's Sports to spread the word about the outcome of the race. The New York Post has reached out to USA Cycling and Phillips for comment. The USA Cycling transgender eligibility policy allows for biological males to compete in the women's category under certain conditions, according to Fox News, provided a written and signed declaration to the USA Cycling technical director using the Elite Athlete Fairness application form that their gender identity is female. What? What does that even mean right there? That their gender identity. That's just saying, I can say right now, guys, that I'm a female. I'm not. I can say that right now. That's all that's saying right there. This doesn't make any sense. Point 2, satisfy the Elite Athlete Fairness evaluation process in section 9 below. If the athlete A is a Group A athlete or B desires to compete in a championship race at a national championship. Man, this is crazy. This is crazy, man. USA Cycling should be ashamed of themselves. How in the world did they allow this to happen? They deliberately did this, folks. They hid this person's name away from the women because they knew that these women were going to do an investigation on that person because, you know, they want to strategize. Okay, this person likes to do this. This is what they done. Preparation, right? They were blindsided. Wow. Gonna leave it right there, guys. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we will catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.